I'll wait for you to get your paper. So one of the things that I mentioned that will make a big difference in your ink drawings when you start doing ink drawing is to change your paper from newsprint to all-purpose sketch paper or a heavier weight paper, not the newsprint, okay? So that's one thing that will help give you better drawings because it will take the wet medium very differently, okay? So the second thing that I mentioned that you could do when you think about using washes, so washes are just watered down ink, and you kind of need several cups to play with to see which are going to be your light, which are going to be your light medium, and which are going to be your medium, and which are going to be your dark tones. But however you mix the colors, the thing you need to remember is you always want to start with your lightest wash color first, and then your medium, and then to your darkest darks. And that's going to change as you look at the model. And that's pretty much the same thing when you're using charcoal too. You put your lighter layers first, and then you go to your darker layers when you're doing your light and dark shadows, if you start to put those in on the clothes, okay? The other thing I wanted to show you is I used this. This is called a bamboo pen, and they sell these in the art store too. You can use these for your ink. So it's a line, but you have to dip frequently, okay? Does anyone have the bottle with the little stopper, the Higgins ink? Yeah. You can also draw with this stopper. You can make a line. Like that. You can make a line using the stopper. But my very best favorite thing is using a chopstick. The secret though is that you need to cut through it. And I cut it at an angle so I get a point, but I get a broad too. And I always draw this. So I get a nice line too. I get a thinner, thicker line. Okay? So you can also use a chopstick. But don't use the ones from the cafe next door when it's open. Those are lousy chopsticks. So save your chopsticks. You can also use them with ink. But again, when you're working with chopstick and ink, it's easier to work on a flat surface. So if anyone needs a table to do this, let me know and I'll push the table over if you want to draw. Otherwise, you can draw up and down too on your easel, but just know that flat is always easier for ink, okay? That was just a couple of more things that I wanted to show you about ink. There is one more thing I want to show you right now while I have your attention though. And that I need you to come with me.